I went to White Sox Indians yesterday, Bert. All right.
Guardians.
Guardians. Excuse me. Jeez, that's terrible. White Sox Guardians. I'm adjusting. Okay. Yeah. Get yourself some water. I'm going to tell a little story here. I don't take many days off, but I'm like, I got invited in scout seats, which is all you can eat, all you can drink. You're right behind home plate. You can't beat it. So I'm like, I'm gonna take the afternoon off. I'm gonna burn a half a vacation day, and I'm gonna go on out and see some White Sox Guardians baseball. And I'm gonna report back on the Baseball Insiders in our first ever live show. So I went over to CHGO yesterday. Thanks to those guys having me on there, talking with my guy Adam Hogue and Nicholas Moriano, who I don't know if you know Nick, but he used to be with us over. A great guy. And so I do the show, and then I leave. I get over to Guaranteed Rate Field. I go through the special scout seat entrance, which is basically your own gate. You walk right into the dining room. There's all the beautiful food is out, Bert. I'm in line at the buffet getting myself some carved meat, and the guy next to me is like, I can't believe the game's canceled today. And I look at him, I'm kind of smiling, like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you kidding? He's like, no, the game's canceled. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, we went back and forth 3 times. Are you kidding? I am not kidding. Carm, co-host at the Baseball Insiders. Game canceled. Indians, Guardians. That's twice. Guardians, coaches, COVID, done. So I went to the baseball game yesterday to have lunch and leave. And so, worst experience you've ever had at a baseball game? Feel free to throw it in the chat. Uh, it wasn't a completely terrible experience, but that's the first time I've ever gone to a game expecting to see a game as a fan. I've got one in a working thing that I can get to, which is a little more on the tender side. But as a fan, to sit there and hang out, and then, I mean, I had to go back to my table, and these guys they're diehard baseball fans. I had to tell them 5 times that no, I'm telling you, look at your phone, game canceled, over. We had lunch, and then they kicked us out, and we went home.
It was my one of my first weeks on the Brewers beat, and I'm sitting in the press box, just chilling. I'm wearing these brand new light blue Cole Haans. Like I'm feeling good. Life is like we're gleaming. All of a sudden, I hear people yelling in the press box as Lorenzo Cain is batting, and I'm like, why are they yelling? Because I have my noise canceling headphones on, um, and I'm trying to write a story, and all of a sudden I look up and Kane hits an absolute rocket right at me in the press box. I look up, the thing's probably 15 feet from me. I put my hands up to try to catch the thing like an absolute dummy. It hits me square in the hands. I drop it, but like the velocity and like the power behind the baseball lifts me up off my feet, and I fall back, and my light blue Cole Haans are like sticking up straight in the air. And I hear like the loud ooze in the throughout the stands, and all of a sudden I look down at the dugout and I see Craig Counsell, I see Ryan Braun, I see Christian Yelich, I see all these guys looking at me and laughing, and I'm like, oh shit, this is not good. Um, and like I end up, so I get the ball, I toss it to a fan. So all is good there. And then after the game, like I'm thinking everybody's forgotten about this, but like me, I'm just mortified on the inside. And I walk into the locker room and I see Ryan Braun and Yelich. They're standing right there, talking to each other. Then they see me, and they come up to me, and Braun says, "What was the Statcast on that ball, Robert?" And I'm like, "Son of a beach ball." Like, it was tough. My ego was bruised that day, but like it got me in with the boys in the locker room, and yeah, every time a foul ball has come at me since, I have not tried to catch it.